The coffee cherry is a gift. It replaces the white flower. It's separated from the branch when ripened by the weather and its elements, allowing it to blossom into a red coffee cherry. The drop of sweat on the women's faces transform into red cherries and later into coffee beans. The coffee shrubs are immersed in the penumbra of India, at times only leaving a small space for the sun to shine through these invasive trees. This day, the women walked along the coffee road in a group, sometimes barefoot, with their heads covered, protecting them from the sun. They were off to the work for the day. Equipped with their tools, they departed to the coffee fields, giving them a little sweetness in their working lives. I could hear the sounds of the machetes beating against the ground in the distance, eliminating the invasive weeds. Some of these women work on coffee plantations, such as the one of Devika. Unlike her brothers, she chose to grow and develop an organic blend of coffee. In the calmness of her property, she told me her story.
My parents and my grandparents and people before them grew coffee, and that's what I do too. It's a family tradition. And very much in my genes, I think. And I'm an organic coffee grower. Basically, the AAA program is all about meeting the standards of coffee that's required. I've been part of their program now for 3 years. There's a huge labor problem. Skilled labor is virtually impossible to get. I don't see the youngsters want to be estate labor. Weather, the soil, plant conditions will only produce what you can produce. And you're restricted to the area that you have. And I certainly will not grow my coffee any other way, apart from the way I'm growing it now, even though I'm sacrificing volumes for that, but it doesn't matter to me.
At the time of the harvest, the coffee cherries are collected in bulk on the terraces. Under the meticulous eyes of the supervisor, the seasonal workers distinguish the bad cherries from the good ones. After they are cleaned, the coffee cherries lose their pulp and become pure coffee beans. Hundreds of thousands of white coffee pearls spread out underneath the sun ray compose a geometrical pattern made up of lines and circles. The light from the daytime was dimming, becoming more clement to man and to nature. The cultivators left the coffee fields. On some nights they had put on their best attire and went to celebration afterwards. In front of their houses, some women prepared the ground in order to receive the traditional improvised drawing of a coffee flower. That night, a full moon invaded the sky and lit up the coffee plantations. In the intimacy of a worker's household, the woes of the poet suddenly seemed to make sense. All the darkness in the world cannot extinguish the light of a small candle.